We present Towards Indigenous Presence, a radical relationality approach for designing mixed reality Indigenous data experiences. To ground us, we begin with this quote from Yapi's elder John Tamkin. We rely on navigation for everything as our way of life. There are many things that will distract you from this, but you will have to be self-reliant and be able to connect with your identity. You will always have the wind, the waters, and the knowledge that builds over time. To know the waters, winds, flora, fauna, and skies requires developing a deep relationship with these relatives by actively participating in making, gathering, hunting, and fishing activities common among indigenous communities. However, when latitude and longitude change drastically, one must get creative to maintain these relationships. And this is where our story begins as computer scientists. Hitching our research to someone else's driving problems and solving these problems on the owner's terms leads us to richer computer science. This is a worthy call to action by Dr. Fred Brooks Jr., one that forces us as computer scientists to see ourselves as more than technical engineers, and maybe even more importantly, as agents of change that can reconfigure imaginations in ways that foster collaboration and empower connection. As an example of leaning into Fred Brooks' call to action, we present Indigenous presence, an overloaded term to mean the physical presence and active participation in the design and development process, as well as the visceral connection with cultural teachings afforded by the illusions available in mixed reality environments. Additionally, for newcomers, we provide 5 factors for activating Indigenous presence in mixed reality projects. When we really look at it, 4 of these factors can be achieved by executing quality community-based participatory research methodologies. But centering radical relationality is a task that can't be done without the active participation of the original caretakers of lands, waters, and skies, aka Indigenous communities. Centering radical relationality requires Indigenous community involvement because relationality is the Indigenous standard. When we use the term relationality, we are referring to kinship relations among a network of human and other than human beings, which includes both animate and inanimate beings, and reaches across temporal dimensions connecting future, present, and past generations. Radical relationality extends this by restoring power and voice to extended kinship relations, such as water or canoes, as a means of decolonizing thought and becoming good relatives. To be a good relative often means living in a manner that upholds commitments to reciprocity, mutual accountability, and caretaking throughout the kinship network. We see centering Indigenous presence in the design and development of mixed reality technologies as one potential pathway to restoring good relative ethics for Indigenous communities who have been forcibly removed and displaced from their home territories. Arriving at our contributions of a new design principle, Indigenous presence, and the 5 factors for activating it, took place over 6 years with 2 community partners and a team of interdisciplinary scholars ranging from education, social work, design, environmental studies, American Indian and Indigenous studies, and computer science. We produced 3 major community-based participatory projects that aim to support cultural continuation for a local Micronesian community relocated to western Minnesota, the homelands of the Ochete Sakowin Oyate. If there's one thing you take away from this talk, we want you to know this style of work takes time, and this moves at the speed of trust, not academic deadlines. When this approach is embraced, Dr. Fred Brooks Jr. couldn't be more accurate. To illustrate our approach, we now turn to the story of how we learn to activate radical relationalities through Indigenous presence over the course of 3 mixed reality projects spanning the reality-virtuality continuum. From the beginning, it was abundantly clear that to facilitate cultural continuation, traditional computing configurations of mice, keyboards, and monitors alone wouldn't be sufficient. Indigenous knowledges are spatial, embodied, dynamic, active, and best communicated through experience. Given this orientation, we created a multi-sensory experience that leveraged spatial audio and satellite topography data, as well as 3D scans of real Micronesian canoes to amplify place and plausibility illusions in our design. Inside the headset, relatives were greeted by constellations at their home latitude and longitude as they sailed the waters of Chuk Lagoon. This first prototype was successful in that it helped build relationships and demonstrated the potential of mixed reality to help our community partners dream beyond the commercial computing solutions available today. Additionally, converging on the prototype without any quantitative baseline testing allowed the community to set the terms for the type of feedback they would like to give. Without testing, we were able to build relationships naturally and really learn what is needed to help our partners with cultural continuation. The only real problem that arose from this design study was that we were delivering experiences in the isolation of a head-mounted display. Indigenous knowledges of this sort are communal, and the headset removes this aspect from the experience. In our second design study, we aim to address this challenge presented with HMDs by exploring our options with projection-based augmented reality. Our design goal was to make a navigational teaching technique known as PAFU intergenerationally accessible so community members can share stories from home as they learn and teach PAFU navigational systems. PAFU navigation relies on this concept of rising and setting stars. Each star is mapped to a direction, and each direction is also associated with a swell. The stars rise in the east, go over the sky, and set in the west. To realize this computationally, we use the Unity game engine to create an environment that allows us to project a two-dimensional view of a 3D world in order to mimic the concept of rising and setting stars across a hand-woven PAFU map. Notice how the stars enter the view from the east and set in the west and are mapped to their respective PAFU shell directions. The use of computer graphics in this way allowed our Micronesian partners to engage with the concept of PAFU like never before. The volume in the room indicated a positive response to the addition of computer graphics as conversations filled the room about PAFU and seafaring. Riding the wave of positive momentum, we turned our attention to translating seafaring maneuvers into an educational experience so community members who have never experienced seafaring might get a taste of what it was like for their family members who grew up in Micronesia. Returning to the successes of our first design study, we designed for place and plausibility illusion using a canoe-scale tangible user interface, leveraging the 360-degree affordances of a planetarium dome to facilitate a radical canoe relationality. While the idea is good, placing a canoe inside a planetarium wasn't going to be an easy task. We decided to take the core elements needed to teach seafaring techniques, such as the hop maneuver, and translate them into a large tangible user interface inside the planetarium. The end prototype uses an infrared sensor to track the canoe spars as the mast and spars move along the x-axis. In doing so, the computer graphics are updated. Notice the fumbling around with the spars and mast on my part as I struggled to execute the hop maneuver for the first time. During this, Dr. Vicente Diaz, who has dedicated his life to learning the navigational techniques of his home waters, experienced plausibility illusion in real time as he encouraged me to hurry up and tie everything down. After we got the spars all tied down, he reported that he was nervous because he forgot that we were standing in the planetarium and thought that we were actually on the water there for a second. If we were on the water, my fumbling around could have caused us to be backdrafted and we would have flipped the canoe. Dr. Diaz wasn't the only one experiencing the illusions afforded in mixed reality. When we entered the waters of Chuk Lagoon, a Chukis community member and designer yelled out, "I used to swim right there at that sandbar." Beyond this same gentleman was also later called out and scolded by his relatives back in Romanum because they heard via social media that he had made the trip all the way to Chuk Lagoon and didn't bother making the short trip to his home island to see them. illusions are powerful. In the end, we found that when we center the first definition of Indigenous presence, we as a computer science community can help conduct research for the benefit of Indigenous communities and in partnership with Indigenous communities. This second part is critically important because oftentimes our end users are consulted after the fact and rarely provided the opportunity to see inside the black box of computing. While this is detrimental in any context, it's an especially important consideration when those end users possess a different worldview from the Western dominant society. And when we center the second definition of Indigenous presence, we as a computer science community can leverage the affordances of emerging data visualization and computer graphics technologies to create novel computing environments that reflect Indigenous ways of knowing and interacting with the world. Together, Indigenous presence is how we build a more inclusive computational society grounded in the immutable ethics of mutual caretaking. In doing so, we are creating a respectful, non-extractive computational future together, one where assimilating to the dominant culture's values just to use a computing technology is a thing of the past. This is a future that Fred Brooks Jr. no doubtedly could only imagine in his wildest dreams. We would like to thank the following courageous funders and partners, and you for your attention. Thank you.